Hey, welcome to Three Commentaries. It's your boy MongoSlade. So we're going to talk about Arcade Bro. But before we get there, we have to tell the story of what took place up to the the re-emergence of Arcade Bro. So we start the show with AJ Styles and Amos talking about they've been all over the world celebrating. They went to Nigeria. They were gone for a month. This led New Day to come out, and New Day then cuts an absurdly long promo about them being the 11-time tag team champions, and they didn't become the 11-time tag team champions by taking months off. And the work ethic of Amos and AJ Styles is pathetic and it's disrespectful to the division. And Kofi then starts telling the story about how he had a physical match for the WWE Championship when he won the title, and then he showed up on Raw the next night, even though he wasn't even on the same brand. He just showed up because that's what it meant. That's what he's a workaholic. That's what he does. He shows up. He comes to work. He got a great work ethic. All of this was good. All of this was fine. It was just too goddamn long. I like that the New Day was finally getting serious. They weren't doing anything silly and goofy, even though they kind of still were being silly and goofy. Amos has a natural charisma to him. He's very easily likable. Even though he's supposed to be a heel, you still kind of like him because he's kind of like a big goof. And I think it's AJ Styles being so silly is making the team that's supposed to be a heel team come across as very babyface. Anyway, they work the match backwards again, where Amos is the giant heel, but he's the guy that you don't want in the match because as soon as he tags in, the match is essentially over. Now, he did start the match, in dominant fashion, doing what little he can do. They did a good job of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, to be precise. They did a good job of bumping for him. So that was all good. AJ Styles, of course, came in, did his part, tagged out. Amos did his part. Amos wins, and New Day lose. It was a rough night for New Day. They lost their rematch. And they're in the trainer's room getting iced down because they got destroyed by Amos, who did very, very bad things to them because he's very tall and very mean. And while they're being treated, these dastardly heels known as Elias and Jackson Riker are going to pelt them with tomatoes because they pelted Elias and Jackson Riker with tomatoes the previous week. So they're just trying to get revenge. So the camera is very awkwardly on the faces and chests of Elias and Jackson Riker as they throw these tomatoes. And then when the camera pans back to New Day, who should be covered in tomatoes, it is actually Randy Orton. Randy Orton has been pelted with tomatoes by these two idiots, these two jagaloons, these two morons, Jackson Riker and Elias. Then, just as Randy is disgusted at being hit with tomatoes, Riddle rides by and just says, "Hey, Randy," and just keeps going and didn't even stop doing what he's doing. That's glorious. Anyway, so Riddle continues to zoom throughout the show, and he runs into the Viking Raiders, and this part legit made me laugh. This was fucking awesome. He walks up to the Viking Raiders, and he's talking about, did you guys see the NFL draft? Who do you guys vote for, the Vikings or the Raiders? And then, I wish I could remember. It's not Ivar. What the fuck is the other guy's name? Eric. He's like, I'm a Browns fan. He's like, I did not see that coming. I swear that was the funniest shit all night. He was like, I did not see that coming. and then Ivar explains that they're Viking Raiders. They're Vikings who raid. It's not a either or thing. And Riddle is kind of like, oh, okay, cool. So he had these of course he had genius ideas for him. And then he saw Randy Orton. So he goes over to bother Randy after messing with the Viking Raiders. And he's talking, and Randy's like, look, how about we go win this second match? So Riddle is super excited that Randy wants to be his partner again. He's talking about the snakeskin tights and all that shit. And Randy just is like, zip your lips. He zipped his lips, though. So Riddle zips his lips. And then Randy wants the key after Riddle locked it. Riddle locked his lips closed, and then Randy was like, "Give me the key." He gave him the key. Hey, this shit was great, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you up. This shit silly as fuck. This shit silly as hell, man. It's working. So Randy and Riddle, of course, win the match and defeat Elias and Jackson Riker. And I'm thrilled. I'm overjoyed about RK Bro. This shit is goofy, and I want more of it. Keep going. Keep going. It's only going to make the heartbreak more interesting when they ended up breaking up and he catch that RKO. It's still coming. I believe in it. But this shit was great. As long as it gets to show it, Randy, the different side of his personality. Riddle gets to hang out with a top guy. This is his team. Hell no. It's his opportunity to get over. I'm all for it. Elias. Elias has been deeply damaged by the lack of crowds. Elias not having a crowd to play into his songs and, or to react to what he's doing. That character is completely lost without a crowd. I don't know what you do with them outside of having them sit home until crowds come back. But the Elias character is definitely lost without crowds. He has nothing. Now, Jackson Riker, I'm not sure this is fine for them. They're lower card heels. They're goofballs, idiots, morons, dipshits, dumbasses. They are dicks. They are pricks. They are. I already said they are morons. They are dumbbots. They are just two guys. And I have no idea why they're together, and they seem to just now exist at the same time, I guess. But it would be interesting if they were actually you can't really do too much with Elias. He was off for a lot of the pandemic. So what you're going to do, take him off TV again? There's just nothing you can do. The character is so lost without a crowd. It's just hard to, and I get why he's not doing anything. But it's been a while since Elias has been a big deal anyway, because he had a peak there for maybe it was like 2018, 2019, maybe, when Elias was like one of the most over guys on the roster. But I know that he's really hurt without a crowd now. He's not a ring guy. Elias was at his best when he was barely wrestling. Now he wrestles, almost all the time. But he has to push through. It's going to be hard for everybody. This is going to be a hard one for Elias. He's going to have to suffer for like almost 2 years with no crowd. And it's going to be tough, but he's going to have to deal with it. But I love RK Bro. RK Bro being like the Avengers. Like Randy Orton got pissed off because somebody threw tomatoes on him. He didn't know what to do. So he naturally just went to Riddle, was like, look, we got to handle this. I come to you to help me with this problem, which is excellent. I love that. I like that Randy is the one leading the team, as far as it's being his idea, and it's not like Riddle going to him, but it's Randy going to Riddle, so that makes it, or in some ways it puts Riddle over even more and shows how much Randy really respects him, because Randy could have fought Elias or Jackson Riker by himself, or fought both of them by himself, if we're being honest. But he chose to involve Riddle, and Riddle chose to be his friend. So this is great. This is awesome, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for your time, and I'll talk to you guys later, man. Peace out.